can see it as well as I can, but there's a beautiful rainbow over the farm right now. One of God's many, many promises. Hey everybody! It has been a hot one today. So hot. However, because of that heat, we got that beautiful little sprinkle and we were able to see that beautiful rainbow. Our farm is just set perfectly for rainbows. The sun sets over this way, of course, which is westish, right? And then of course it's eastish over there. And so whenever it rains and the sun's setting, it just shines right through the rain and makes a perfect rainbow. There's been many days where I've come out here and really just needed to see that rainbow. Remind myself of God's promises. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the 10 for 10 campaign, or 10 for 100 campaign rather, and where we're at with that. Right now we have, let's see, how many people? I have officially 5 people that have signed up for it. However, it totals the equivalent of 10 people. Does that make sense? Maths. So blessed. So that's 10% on our way. Extremely happy about that. I'm just very, 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 very grateful. And let's just see our little peppermint. She's ready. She knows it's dinner time. I gotta show you guys something. It's pretty wild. So of course, we have a manure pile. We have, 5 horses. I need to lock this. We have 5 horses. Lots of manure. If you ever need manure, I have lots. Free. Please come take it. It is not doing anything here. So, anyway, every year I throw a lot of my vegetable scraps and things back here. The chickens will dig through it. They'll find what they want. And so last year, after Halloween, of course, jack-o'-lanterns rot or whatever. We had the insides of them. And we just threw them out here in the manure pile. Well, this year we're not going to have to buy pumpkins. Look at this gorgeous pumpkin plant. Look at it. I mean, have you ever seen a pumpkin plant that is more gorgeous? There's just tons of... Ooh, there's a little pumpkin starting right there. My kids for a while insisted it was a watermelon. I was kind of hoping it was, but it's not. It's pumpkins, which is fine. See all those blossoms? Look at all that. So we are going to have plenty of pumpkins for Halloween. I mean, look, it stretches all the way back here. I did not try to do this, everybody. Just so you know. All we do is throw our scraps back here, and they planted all on their own. And we're going to get some free pumpkins out of this. Super cool. Hi, Layla. How are you? Hi. Aw, look at your fly stuff. Oh, I have to tell you all about this amazing fly lotion that Trisha at Barn Owl told me about. It's a miracle. So we have a few pretty shrubby areas around the farm right now, just places that I haven't had a chance to put a fence up yet or mow back because it's been too wet to get the tractor back there. Y'all, my tack room is air conditioned. Oh yeah. Yep. It helps so much. Not only does it help keep my feed from just getting nasty and moldy if we don't go through it fast enough, it also helps keep my tack from molding. Woohoo, hallelujah. Anyway, so this fly lotion, it is like a miracle in a bottle. Now I can't find it, of course. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So anyway, back to the shrubby stuff. We have a lot of shrubby stuff, which if anybody has ever owned horses, or maybe you've driven by and you've seen horses and they look like they're got blindfolds on, well, those are fly masks, and they're screens and they keep the flies out of the horse's eyes. Super awesome product. However, when you have shrubby areas like I do, horses get them caught all the time, rip them off, rip them to shreds, lose them, and it's just money down the drain. But I was at Barn Owl over here on East Brainerd, and Trisha, who owns Barn Owl, was telling me about this product. They don't sponsor me, that, you know, it's Repel X Lotion. Sorry if it's backwards. This stuff is great. So in the morning, I just put about a quarter size and rub it on my hands. And I start at their ears, I rub on their ears, and I just rub it down their face, you know, making sure to be careful not to get it in their eyes, but definitely around their eyes. Flies, no flies. It's like a fly mask in a bottle. It's great stuff. And then my other guy, Avery, my big flea bitten gray thoroughbred, you saw him get in the bath earlier. His legs just get chewed up so bad by the flies. I mean, just little blood spots. I just feel horrible for him. Anyway, so I put this stuff on it. No problems. They go away. It doesn't last as long as his legs, just because I have some wetter areas in the field that they'll tramp through, and of course it washes off. But anyway, I love that stuff. If I can find it on Amazon, I will link it below in the video, and seriously, buy it by the gallon. It's great stuff. And then as far as fly spray, right now I'm using this fly spray. It's not my super favorite, however, it's what I could find when I needed it. So this is what I'm currently using. I plan on moving to, I forget the name of it, but when I get it, I'll show you. Because I like it a lot better, it lasts longer, and I can use it on my dogs. So when my dogs come outside, I can spray them down real quick and prevent ticks and things like that. They do have flea collars, but they're those super expensive ones that last like 8 months. Forget the name. I'll tell you about those some other time. But anyway, sometimes I'll just spray their legs and stuff, just a little extra protection, because Mama does not like ticks. I don't like ticks. I don't do ticks. I know everyone's like, oh, just pull them out slow. Don't break the head off. I find a tick on me, I grab that sucker, and I pull it out, because you know what? It's in me. It's not in you. I can't have ticks on me. I don't like ticks. Anyway. Alright, so that's pretty much it with this stuff. Oh, I'm not going to put it on my face because, you know, I don't want to put it on my mouth. As far as what I feed my horses, again, I get this at Barn Owl on East Brainerd. Super great people, local, delivers for a super reasonable price. Trisha's super knowledgeable about all her products. I can't recommend them enough. Anyway, so what I use for my horses as far as feed, because I have 3 that are senior and 2 that are not senior. And I have 2 that are, well, 3 that are hard keepers, and then 2 that are not easy keepers. They look at food and they get chunky. They're like their mama. We like our food. This is my choice for my older guys. I really like it. Here's the feed tag if anybody's really interested in it. So good amount of protein, which my thoroughbreds really need that. Fruit fat, that's not super great, but especially for my old guy JW, I actually put vegetable oil in his food just to give him just some extra fat. He doesn't have the best teeth in the world either, so he just needs that little extra help. And this stuff, which I actually fed this to Layla solely. Layla's my black thoroughbred, solely for a long time, but now that she's 24, she gets mostly this, and I give her a little bit of this just to give her that little extra fat she needs, because it's a little lower in protein. This tag's kind of ripped. A little higher in fat though. See? Another thing that I feed all my horses, well, not all my horses, I shouldn't say that, Layla, is Smart Packs. I love these things. Ruby and Peppermint used to get vitamins, but they're solid horses. They're great. So Layla has something called EPM, equine. Oops, I don't know the full name of it. Anyway, so Dr. White, my veterinarian, suggested I give her high dose vitamin E and selenium. So in the morning, see, AM, there's her name. There's when it was shipped. That's what it is. That's the brand name, I should say. That is what it is. And that is how much it weighs in this well. So you can't mess up the dosing on this. You can't mess it up. It's great. So we have a lot of volunteers here. I have my kids feed and stuff, so I never have to worry about my horse's supplements being messed up. It's super important for Layla to get what she needs. So here are her PM vitamins. See, PM, her name, when they were shipped. So vitamin E, and this has the selenium in it. Selenium, you have to be careful. You can overdo it with selenium, and then you get a whole bunch of problems, and you don't want that. I use standard scoop. And this is a 3-quart, I believe. I am a big proponent of weighing your horse's feed. Weigh it. Don't just do, about a scoop. All feed bags, if you look on the back of them, here's your directions. They tell you how much to feed them. What is it? Pounds per day. See? And then what kind of work they're in. Okay? Now that is a combined feed weight. I don't just feed my horses grain. I have a lot of pasture. I'm lucky that way. So in the summertime, I don't have to feed hay at all. It's great. Don't mind my super messy tack room. So in the summertime, I don't feed hay at all. The only time I feed hay is if I have somebody who's inside, injured, can't go outside. Sometimes Miss Ruby, my easy keeper quarter horse, she gets a little bit on the pudgy side. And in her case, I'll maybe give her a handful of grain just to keep her happy, and maybe a little bit of hay while the other horses are eating, mostly because she can be a little bit of a pain if she's not eating while everybody else is. I can't blame her, you know. If I see somebody eating, I kind of want a taste of that too. Anyway, but yeah, in the summer I really don't feed any hay at all. I just don't need it, thankfully. I'm super blessed that way. Anything else? Oh, and there's my saddles and halters and bridles and things like that. I need do they have an extreme tack room makeover anywhere? That would be super awesome. Just recently I got a 50-pound salt block for my horses. I get the mineral trace one, not just the straight salt one. The mineral one has different kinds of electrolytes in it, so I feel like it's better for them. It's a personal preference, but I've always had great luck with the mineral trace. The horses love it. They don't, you know, use it for a soccer ball or anything. They actually eat it. that's, oh, one more thing, I forgot. I also feed my horses DiatomaceousEarth. What I feed that for is actually, I feed it more as a parasite control. So this stuff is made of tiny microscopic the crustacean fossils from, you know, millions of years ago or whatever. And when you feed it to the horses, it doesn't hurt them at all. They're fine. But the parasites are susceptible to those tiny little crustacean things. And it causes microscopic cuts in the parasites. And it kills them. So it actually helps keep the parasites down in your animals. Now, I still worm my horses regularly. That isn't even... I tend to do it every time the farrier comes. Some people think that's too much, but that's what I do. I always rotate what kind of wormers I'm using also. But the DiatomaceousEarth, not only does it help with the internal parasites, it helps with flies. Who hates flies? I have flies. I hate them. The growth. Anyway, so when the horse eats it, it stays in their manure. And of course, we know where the manure ends up, on the ground. And those flies are like that, on that manure. And what they're doing is they're eating it, they're laying their eggs in it, and that DiatomaceousEarth goes to work and helps control the fly population around your farm. Great stuff. You have to water it down when you feed it to your animals. Have to. If you don't, it can get in their lungs and then it can hurt them. It can be a lung irritant. So when I feed it to my horses, I water down their feed to keep that, I'm going to call it DE, dust down. I also, when I clean my chicken coop, I mix it in with the chicken's bedding, and I just give it a real light sprinkle just so that it's not, you know, puffing up and things like that. And that helps control the different mites and things that like to live around chickens. Let's see, anything else? No, I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to talk about today. So if you find this informative, if you have any questions, if you want to just see more videos, please, you know, hit that subscribe button right about there. Hit the like, thumbs up button, please. And share this with everybody. And don't forget, we got the 100 for $10 campaign going on right now. We have hit 10% on that campaign. Super happy about that. We would love to go all the way to the top, baby. And that way there we can have 20 rotating scholarships for foster children. I can't tell you how exciting it would be for me to be able to start calling up foster parents and be like, hey, you think equine therapy would help for your kids? And if they say yes, but, and you know, but is always the money sign. Money sign. I can say, that's okay, it's taken care of. Bring your kids. I look forward to that day. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.